Hey everyone, how's each and every one of you are doing on this Wednesday evening? I hope that each of you are having a wonderful start to the week. I hope you're doing well and hope you're enjoying this cooler weather that we are experiencing right now. Enjoy it while it lasts because the summer heat will be coming up soon. Trust me, it's gonna be crazy. So enjoy these days and I will do the same. So let's get started with these problems from tonight's post Zoom math session. I selected 4 problems from the tutoring session tonight on the review for the students prepping up for quiz. Let's get started. All right, number 8 on page 2. 25 times 4 over 15. The reason why I wrote this way is because I want to tell you what's going to happen. Wherever you see a whole number multiplied by a fraction, you put this whole number over 1. So far, so good? Okay. Then, ask yourself, are there any numbers that we could reduce right off the bat? Yes. Which numbers? 25 and 15. Very good. And which number that we use to divide to get these two numbers reduced? Let's try 5. Try 5. 25 divided by 5, that gives us 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Any more numbers? Now we can continue. Now there's none, so let's clean it up a bit. Multiply the numerators first. 5 times 4, that gives us 20. 1 times 3, that gives us 3. Now we have 20 over 3 as our improper fraction. All right, now we have to turn this into a mixed number. What goes inside the box, the numerator or the denominator? Numerator, right? It's just a 20. And outside the box is 3. So far, so good? Wonderful. Then what number is equal to or close to divided by 20 divided by 3? What number is closer to those two numbers? 6, right? 6 times 8, 6 times 3 gives us 18. Subtract the difference between 20 and 18, which just gives us 2. All right. Are we done? Almost. What goes first? The whole number, the numerator, or the denominator first? Which one goes first? The 6, right? Because the whole number goes first. Second one. What goes next? The 2 or the 3 as the numerator? The 2, right? Over 3. That's our final answer. So, when you see this problem, you see the whole number, put it over 1. Then ask yourself this question. Are there any numbers that we can reduce right off the bat? Yes, 25 and 15. And one number that we divide evenly to reduce the numbers further? 5, right? 25 divided by 5, that gives us 5. 15 divided by 5, that gives us 3. Once you finish that process, no more numbers reduce. we do multiply the numerator and the denominator, which we got 20 over 3. And then ask yourselves this question: what goes inside the box, which is the 20? Outside the box is 3, and the rest is history. So, any more questions? Okay. All right. Let's go on. Number 14. We have find the product. Find the product, that means what? Product means multiply, right? Okay. Which is find the product. 1 out of 5. 1 over 5 of 25. Okay, whenever you see this problem, you turn it into multiplication. So what goes first? 1 over 5. And then the of means multiply. And the whole number goes next. All right. You got 1/5 times 25. Don't forget, when you see a whole number, you put over 1. All right. You got that? All right, good. Then, what numbers that we can reduce right off the bat? 25 and 5, right? By which number we could divide? 5, right? So 25 divided by 5 would give us 5. And then 5 divided by 5, they give us 1. In this problem, we have no more numbers to reduce. So let's multiply the numerator and the denominator. 1 times 5, that gives us 5. 1 times 1, that gives us 1. If we divide those two numbers together, we get 5. That is our final answer. That wasn't too bad, right? So, you have any questions on how I got this? So, when you see this problem, when you see the word product, find the product. Product means multiply. Then the next step is you convert this into multiplication. 1 over 5 multiplied by 5. 25 is a whole number. When you see the whole number, put it over 1. Then the next step, you ask yourself, which numbers can we reduce right off the bat? 25 and 5. That will divide by 5 as our to further reduce the fraction. 25 divided by 5, they give us 5. 5 divided by 5, they give us 1. And once you have that, no more reductions, no more numbers will be reduced. Then you do multiply 1 times 5, that gives us 5 as a numerator. And our denominator is 1. 5 divided by 1 gives us 5 as a final answer. Any other questions you may have for me? All right, great. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, now the next problem is on page 3, number 8. 1 and 1/6 multiplied by 4 and 4/5. Okay, see the problem? All right. Now, in order to clean this up a little bit, what do we do with these mixed numbers? We turn it into improper fractions. Okay, let's do this. What goes as a numerator for both problems? The first part is 6 as a denominator. Actually, I'm sorry. What goes in the denominator? Same thing with the 5. My apologies. All right. Once you have the denominators, then we could multiply the whole number times the denominator, which is 1 times 6 is 6. You add the numerator, which is 7. 1 times 6 is 6. Add 1 is 7. You do the same thing. 4 times 5, that gives us 20. You add what's inside the numerator, which is 20 plus 4 is 24. All right. All right. Now we're getting back to the same problem, same method as the previous problems. Okay. Which numbers can we reduce right off the bat? 24 and 6, right? What number did we use to divide to further the reduction? Let's try 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 6 divided by 6 to give us 1. No more numbers, right? To reduce to my understanding. Okay. Let's multiply the numerators first. What is 7 times 4? Gives us 28. And the denominator, 1 times 5, that gives us 5. 28 over 5 as an improper fraction. We turn into what next? A mixed number. Okay. What goes inside the box? The 28 or the 5? The 28, right? And it goes outside the box, 5. So far, so good, right? Okay, wonderful. Now let's focus on this part. What number that will divide 28 and 5 evenly or equal to? Let's try 5. 5 times 5, that gives us 25. The difference between 28 and 25, that gives us 3. Are we finished? Yes. What goes first? The 5 as a whole number, the 3, or the 5 as the outside the box? The 5 on as our whole number in this part goes first. What next? The 3, right, as our numerator. And our denominator is 5. That's our final answer. So, see, we turn the mixed numbers into a improper fraction. Once we've done the improper fraction part, the next question you need to ask yourself is which number did we reduce right off the bat, which is 6. I'm sorry, this is divided. Divide. I'm sorry. Boo-boo. I made a big boo-boo. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. And the same thing, divide. My apologies. I did the opposite. Okay. Alright. I rewrite those notes. But yeah. You divide by 6 to get it to reduce further. Once you have that, then you multiply the numerator first, which is 28. And then 1 times 5 is 5, which is our denominator. And then what goes inside the box, which is the 28. Outside the box is 5. And the rest is history. As you can see, the 5 is a whole number. The numerator is the 3. And the denominator is 5. This is our answer. Any questions on number 8? Okay, let's go on. Our last problem for the night, we got, this is where you determine which is greater, less than, or equal to problem. Write this down. Okay. And then we have, there's set of fractions, one part. Let's do the first one. 1 1/2 times 3 1/4. 1 1/4 on the other side times 3 1/2. All right, now you see the problem. Let's try to figure out which one's greater, the left side or the right side. Let's do the left side first. Now when you see these two mixed numbers turn into an improper fraction, which is, as you see, the 2 goes in the denominator and the 4 on the other side. Then you multiply the whole number times the denominator, 1 times 2. You add what's inside the numerator, which is 1 more, is 3 over 2. Same thing. You multiply the whole number times the denominator, which is 3 times 4 is 12. Add 1 more from the numerator, which is 13. Now, you ask yourself this question. Are there any numbers in this problem that we can reduce right off the bat? No. Now we can multiply straight across on the numerator and the denominator. What's 13 times 3? 39 as our numerator. 2 times 4, that gives us 8. Now, we turn this into a mixed number. What goes inside the box? The 39 or the 8? The 39 goes inside the box. Outside the box is 8. Now, we're almost done. Which number that is equal to or close to 39 divided by 8? I believe it's 4. Yes, 4. What's 8 times 4? 32. What's the difference between 39 and 32? 7. So, our final answer is, what goes first? The 4 as a whole number, the 7 as the whole number, or the 8? Let's try the 4. Next, what's our numerator? The 7 or the 8? The 7. And the 8 is our first part final. Okay, now we could use the same thing and another one. Before I go further, do you have any questions on how I did this portion in the process? All right, okay, let's move on. Let's do the same thing as the previous portion. We find the numerators first, the denominators first, which is 4 on the first part. Multiply the same thing, the 2 as our denominator. You do the same process. 1 times 4, the whole number times the denominator, which is 1 times 4 is 4. Add 1 more, it's 5. Then you do the same thing. Multiply the whole number times the denominator, which is 3 times 2 is 6. Add 1 more from the numerator, which is 7. And then, same thing as a process. Are there any numbers that we could reduce right off the bat? No. So you do the numerator, multiply the numerator and the denominator. 5 times 7 is 35. 4 times 2 is 8. Same process. Come on. Which one goes inside the box? The 35 or the 8? The 35, right? Outside the box is 8. Same scenario. What number that is equal to or divided among 35 and 8? Let's try the 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 35 minus 32 is 3. What goes first? The whole number as a whole number? That is a whole number, or the 3 or the 8? The 4, right? The 3 is our numerator, and our denominator is the 8. Okay, let's determine which part is greater. Greater than, equal to, or less than. It is 4 7/8 greater, less than, or equal to 4 3/8. I think it's greater, because 7/8 is almost 80%, while this one is less. This fraction is less than 50%, so this one is greater. That is our final answer. Just look at the fraction and determine if it's over half. In this case is over 50%. 7/8 is 88%, I believe, and this one is 40%. The 3/8. So basically, this one's bigger than that. So I hope I answered your question. So this is greater than. So you have any questions for me on this problem? Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. We have all the 4 problems already fixed, actually worked out, and go through the process of figuring out what is the improper fraction, actually turning the mixed numbers into improper fractions, and then everything should go a little as smoothly as go as planned. Until then, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Hope you have a wonderful and safe day. I will post these problems on the Google Classroom just in case if you miss a step, and also you're more than welcome to stop the video and write down the steps as you go along. Until then, you have a wonderful and safe day, and I'll talk to you sooner or later. Have a good one, everyone.